What's up, everybody? This is Yusef for Video Game Plot Summaries, and today's video is Samurai Legend Musashi, and I normally don't do this, but the intro is too cool, so let's go ahead and roll with the intro. Instead of me just talking over the intro, let's go.
From the land of the rising sun, a lone warrior was catapulted to a magical realm. It was a world on the brink of catastrophe, and its people called desperately for a hero. Now, only Musashi can thwart the mad designs of a ruthless corporation. One man, one chance, one destiny.
So, this game is a spiritual successor, I think, to Brave Fencer Musashi. But it has a lot of interesting ideas. The core ideas are still the same, where the princess uses her power to call forth someone from the Musashi bloodline. But it makes no indication if it is the same Musashi but older. I don't think it is. But we are talking about Squaresoft. They are fans of making game sequels in a different universe. A quick review is that this game is fun. The artwork is timeless and the mechanics are tweaked a bit from Brave Fencer Musashi. You can still steal techniques from bad guys, but this time, once you learn it, it's yours. It's pretty cool. You have to sucker the bad guy into attacking you and then counter the technique. The plot also calls for Musashi using his move-stealing skill to progress. The bad guy death animations are so cool, and they just lose their skin and crumble as a skeleton. It's so satisfying. Certainly one of my favorite, if not my favorite, death animations in the game. The only thing that I really didn't like was how slow Musashi moves. I mean, the game is pretty nice looking, so I'm sure the PlayStation 2 had to keep up, and that's why Musashi has to run slower. When you fight, it's not a big deal, but if you had to cover some long distances, you would notice it. Anyway, story time! We start just like Brave Fencer Musashi. This kingdom is under attack, and the princess needs to summon Samurai Legend Musashi. The princess is trying to complete the summoning, and she's down to one guard.
Your Highness, they're here!
Yes, I know! I must complete the summoning!
Your Highness! You monsters!
Damn. Took care of his ass.
could have worked this out amicably, you know.
We are the proud people of the Anthedon. If you think we'll bow to you, you are sorely mistaken.
Princess Mycella of the Mystics, you clearly misunderstand us. President Gandrake is a fine man. Indeed, modern civilization owes him a debt of gratitude.
Your civilization stands on a foundation of blood.
How disappointing. I had thought you more reasonable. Take her away.
That cut was weird. In samurai legend, Musashi appeared after Princess Mycella was kidnapped by what appears to be Foot Clan ninja. A cat called Mr. Mew found Musashi and started training him up. The idea is that a lot of people who live in the kingdom have been kidnapped along with the princess. Most of the citizens are in capsules that you can break with your bigger sword or, as the game calls it, like a paddling oar. At this point, Master Mew tells Musashi to rescue the princess or don't come home. Fair enough. I mean, what else is he here for? In most of these games, the martial artist always has a mentor. The mentors are father figures, and father figures normally get killed. Super cliche. But sometimes father figures don't get killed, and you are left wondering why Grandpa Karate over there isn't busting up the joint himself. Well, Master Mew got a cane, so he probably runs slower than our boy Musashi here. I had an arthritic hip, and I tell ya, whenever my friends wanted to go on a normal walk, I dreaded it. I couldn't imagine going on a quest where I jog everywhere I go. Even now that my hip is fine, I don't want to do that stuff. Anyway, so Musashi heads through the forest and drives a motorcycle, which is pretty bad, to a path that leads to a steam tower. At the top of the steam tower, the princess is there in a tank.
You all right? You're safe now.
Yes, thank you. Who are you?
My name's Musashi. I'm gonna be a famous samurai someday.
I have absolutely no idea why Musashi is talking to the princess like he's about 3. I'm gonna be a samurai someday. With the princess too weak to walk, it's up to Musashi to take her back home. This is a running theme, by the way. There is no shortage of pretty princesses that Musashi has to carry. Instead of going back the way they came, Musashi went up to the top of the steam tower. Thought they were gonna play it.
Hey, you awake? Hold on a sec.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, just throw her ass down there. You have a good day now. You're gonna have to jump, princess.
Looks like we have to jump down.
I'll throw you first, and then I'll follow. So, Musashi picks up the princess and throws her... Wait.
What the?
That guy looks cool as shit.
Who are you? Let her go!
You do not fear me, boy? What's your name?
It's weird.
My name is Musashi. Let her go, or you'll regret it.
Oh, man.
Rather impressive. My name is Gandrake.
Sorry, y'all. This was made when I still talked during the cutscenes. This game, specifically, had the voice acting but didn't continuously play it. So you would have listened to the guy speak, then push the X button, then repeat until the scene was over. It didn't age well. I found myself reading faster than the characters talked by a large margin, then trying not to jam on the button because I'm recording it. The upside is that whenever I wanted to talk smack, I didn't have to wait until the scene was over. I just said something once the dude finished speaking. Anyway, Gandrake pieces out and throws a beginner boss at Musashi to slow him down. This game really leans into that steampunk aesthetic. So, Musashi beats the steam ball and reports back to Sensei Mew.
Gandrake here? In person? What could this mean? Well, no time for that. First, we go Anthium to tell Chief.
So off to Anthium they go. Musashi meets the mayor, Bannon, and his wife, Famir, who pretty much doesn't have a part in the story. They are the princess's parents. They explain that the city is on an Anthodon, which is a big-ass whale that flies around the world. The Anthodon makes the inhabitants of Anthium strong with its magic. Oh, that's pretty badass. They're riding on a flying whale. That's pretty impressive. This world gets its power from Nebulite. And Gandrake Enterprises, the company that Gandrake owns, made an engine called the Nebulium engine. The engine uses magic to mine better energy. The easiest source of energy is the citizens of Anthium. So Gandrake and his goons got past the Anthodon's defense and kidnapped everyone who has magic. But before that happened, the princess used her summoning powers to call down a would-be hero. Now, I don't understand why the would-be hero can't be a hero already, but whatever. Like it showed earlier, she succeeded, but I suspect that the Anthodon was moving at the same time. Thus, the hero came down in the spot he was at previously. And that's when Sensei Mew found Musashi. Anyway, while that happened, Gandrake took damn near everyone in Anthium. So now, these people have called basically an intern at this point into slavery. But he seems to be okay with it because he's training to be great. The princess is cute, sorta. Oh, because of the spell, Musashi can't get back until he is done saving everybody. In this group, there are 5 swords: Earth, Wind, Fire, and Void. Void? What the hell is that? Anyway, there are 5 swords with corresponding powers that can only be unlocked by the corresponding maidens. I'm hoping that about does it. They really just said, screw it. We will just tell them everything in a big info dump. And it's one of those dumps you kind of get bored halfway through. So the first maiden on the list is the Earth Maiden, Barrini, and she works at the bakery. And Musashi goes there and finds out that she went to Manglewood to get the sword. Damn, there's a story for everything. So there was a monster named Gorpus that was messing with the people in Manglewood. So Bannon the mayor went there with the sword and whooped its butt. And put it in the urn, and Barrini puts a barrier around the urn so it stays inactive. The TLDR is, Musashi is going to Manglewood. That's the place where he met Sensei Mew. In Manglewood, Gandrake's director of administration, Rothschild, finds Barrini first. He is about to kidnap her when Musashi catches up and takes out the foot ninja. Everybody knows how to ninja vanish.
Oh, that swordsman from another world. What's your name?
That's none of your business, scumface!
I would love to stay and chat, but I'm afraid I'm needed elsewhere. Good day.
We didn't even try.
Are you all right? You're the Maiden of Earth, right?
Phew. You came in the nick of time. What's your name?
Of course Musashi has to carry her. Well, at least these escort missions don't have us depending on AI. And so Barrini knows the way through a foggy-ass forest we need to go through. At the other end of it, Barrini shows us where the sword is.
That's the sealed urn. The sword keeps it sealed from above. You'll have to pull it out, but I don't know what will happen. I'll bet Gorpus is getting weak in his old age.
Alright, looks like we gotta hit that eye. Musashi beats Gorpus and takes the sword. Barrini and Musashi somehow lift that big metal lid and head back to Anthium. Or maybe they teleport. This game has the same problem as Brave Fencer Musashi, where the bad guys can teleport anywhere they damn well please, but the good guys always gotta teleport like 5 miles outside the waypoint. Back at Anthium, Barrini tells you that the swords need to have their full power unleashed by performing the Rite of Transfer at the Chamber of Rites. Not only does this give more power to the sword, but it gives more power to the Anthedon as well, meaning that the Anthedon can travel farther. I don't know why it couldn't before. Also, if hiding the swords decreases the Anthedon's powers, then it would stand to reason that Anthium screwed itself over when they did. I guess these swords are so awesome that whoever owns them will be able to conquer the world. Except they really aren't. Musashi came with an oar, alright? Like, he had one sword and an oar for paddling down a river. With that rusty-ass oar, Musashi can bust an AoE attack that is dope as hell. You would expect that if he could do that with an oar, his power with a mystical sword would be godlike. I'm saying, don't get your hopes up. They are basically like glorified keycards. So Musashi meets Barrini in the Chamber of Rites and performs the Rite of Transfer.
Let's begin the Rite of Transfer. Here we go. Oh, sacred sword of earth, this brave soul from another world vows in the name of the 5 spirits, of mortals and of the heavens, to walk with you as long as he lives.
Sand, pebble, rock, boulder!
That was it? No big power-up display? Whatever. And afterwards, we check on Gandrake Enterprises, where they are basically having a director's meeting.
So that's why our illustrious second-in-command came running back with his tail between his legs.
It's all part of the plan. Mr. Gandrake himself wants to let the stranger be, for a time.
Boring. We should just off him and be done with it.
Well, he's remarkably resourceful. He even defeated the Vaporbot prototype.
Maybe your bots just suck.
No way!
Oh, here comes his nibs.
Thank you all for coming. Let's get this meeting started. Does anyone have any announcements?
As everyone should certainly know by now, the Mystic's new mercenary has destroyed the Vaporbot. This Musashi then entered Wellspring Woods and acquired the Sword of Earth. We are monitoring his movements as directed.
Whatever.
Our excavator and investigator units are calibrated and ready for deployment. We anticipate a 10% increase in R&D efficiency.
I'll have them sent to each department. Anything else?
Blog.
Sir?
Stay away from Musashi. We cannot risk a premature conflict.
Yes, sir. Is this bloke psychic?
I love how they make meetings in video games. And nowadays, people spend like half of their day in meetings, and it cuts their day up so much that they barely get anything done. Then the company tries to make you work overtime because you aren't getting anything done. And Gandrake cuts through the crap. Meeting adjourned. The next day, Musashi gets summoned to Bannon's office. The water maiden, Fontina, went to look for the water sword and got caught by Gandrake's people. And since Gandrake needs the Maiden's magic to extract more power from the Nebulite, the group surmises Fontina is in the Rockfort mine. The Anthedon heads there. In the meantime, Glog is there with his Aussie accent yelling at people to get back to work.
Happens every time. I guess I'd be bored stiff too, digging holes all day. Listen, I'm going over to headquarters. Keep an eye on the water wench.
He leaves for headquarters right when Musashi shows up. Musashi goes through the mine using his new sword to push buttons. When the game senses you might be getting bored and throws a boss at you.
What's going on?
Then Musashi goes through a tunnel with flyers that is like the motorcycle section earlier. Still bad. And finally he ends up where Fontina is being held.
You're Fontina, Maiden of Water, right? I've come to get you out of here. Think you can walk? What's wrong? Oh, man. She passed out.
Musashi gets halfway back through the mine when our old friend comes back with a new trick. Really? Well, that's convenient. The drill turned into a regular, transformed. Musashi breaks his toy and gets back to Anthium before Fantina even wakes up. But once he does, she heads back to the library where she works. Musashi catches up to her to find out that she can't stay awake without her glasses, which broke during the adventure. Her glasses are special, of course, and need a laser nut to be repaired. So Musashi goes back to where he saved Barrini, breaks the rock with the earth sword, and follows a path to the laser nut tree. He brings it back to the swordsmith, and the swordsmith fixes Fantina's glasses. They put the glasses on her, and she springs to life as a total bitch. You needn't trouble yourself further with village affairs. We can handle the princess and the 5 swords ourselves. Please leave us. What's your problem, Brainiac? You guys called me, remember? I didn't ask for the job. And I sure didn't come here to play fetch and fix. Well, You a legendary hero? Ha! What could you possibly do for us? Look at him. Oh, dear me. Asadero, the steward, explains that Fantina thought she could fix the problem by reading and being smart. Musashi follows her outside for conflict resolution, and she remarks he doesn't have a dragonfly belt. Like, you can't even accessorize, bro. Now, during the quest, Musashi found a strap he still needed to get appraised. Bam! It's a dragonfly belt. Let me explain. In Brave Fencer Musashi would find a bunch of crap all over the place. He would take it to the appraiser to have him tell Musashi what the hell it is. Which makes sense. And Musashi is from a different world, so he wouldn't know what the hell everything was. But if it looked useful, why wouldn't he grab it just in case? And some sort of weird leathery strappy thing? Put it in the bag. But it also is a good way for the game to delay Musashi receiving a new skill. This way, they can control the plot by keeping Musashi from the appraisal place. Musashi goes back with the dragonfly belt and an open heart.
You just don't get it, do you? I'm going to get the sword and then rescue Princess Mycella.
You're the one who doesn't get it. You honestly think you can pull that off? Gandrake will own you. Do you have any idea how worried everyone was when you disappeared the first time?
I know. I've studied so hard for this for so long. But for what? What good is knowledge if it can't get us out of this mess?
Come again?
First, I get carried off by Gandrake. Then I lash out at the one who rescues me and fixes my glasses. I don't hate you. I hate myself.
Isn't that the truth?
I don't hate you. And neither does anyone else. Give yourself a break.
Really?
Really? Oh my god, Musashi, you're so insightful.
Come again? Everybody can do something. What do you say we work together? You plan it, I'll man it.
And he actually said that, Tanya. You plan it, I'll man it.
Well, all right. Here's what I know. The scarlet stone cephalopod shields the strength of sapphire seas, set to shaking the solid soil where sleeps the sentry Cerise. And salute its spirit stirring, which signals slumber's cease.
Armed with a double jump belt and a poem, Musashi sets off to find the Sword of Water. Musashi goes back to Rockford Mine and finds a different way in.
Dang! This thing won't budge!
Uh-oh.
Phew, that was close.
This time he goes deep, deep, deep into the mine and finds a big old hole. He recalls the poem that Fontina recited and uses the earth sword. Scarlet Kraken? Musashi defeats the Kraken. There we go. And as the play loop dictates, the two go to the Chamber of Rites and complete the Rite of Transfer.
Oh, sacred sword of water, this brave soul from another world vows in the name of the 5 spirits of mortals and of the heavens to walk with you as long as he lives. Trickle, stream, river, flood!
All right, that's about 30 minutes, so part 1 is over. Let me know what you think about the story so far. Please write it in the comments below, whether you're talking to me or the general public. I think I'm very interested to see what you guys think so far about it. It's kind of by the numbers, but I'm digging it a little bit. Anyway, also you can like and subscribe and check out some of my other videos. I've got like 60-something videos up, so if you like video games, then you're bound to see one video game plot summary that you forgot about. So, I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Peace.